So I probably don't even need to explain this because it's so obvious, but here's the thing. What kind of men do women want? What kind of women do men want? Men want women who are exuding femininity. Now, I will say this, like, in the right relationship, a person will adjust and be how they need to be because, like, it's the right relationship. So, like, if you're in the right relationship with the right woman as a man, you're gonna act manly and shit. You just kind of are. Like, you're gonna fucking toughen up, walk straight, back up. You're gonna be, like, on your grind and shit because you know it's important. You're gonna be, like, taking care of them and making them feel ladylike and shit. And, like, you're gonna be having sex with them better. But if you're in the wrong relationship, you're gonna be doing shit off. So that's kind of like a marker. And trust me, like, you might think it's like dirty or whatever to talk about this, but this is just what people do. And women already know this stuff by feeling, but men kind of don't know this stuff. So I'm kind of just, men just don't get this shit. Like, maybe some of us, but here's the deal. Like, if you're in the right relationship, the right things will click and the right cues will click as well. It'll be frictionless, but here's the thing, like, this is like, I don't necessarily need to say this for you to change, but it's more like you will just do this shit naturally. But here's the deal. It's like, men want women who exude femininity. They don't want a female, like, they don't want a female who's going to challenge them in negative ways. Like, okay, a man is exhausted, right? Working really hard at whatever job they do, whether it's at home or away. They're done with work. Like, they don't need a woman who's going to get into their face and be like, this isn't good enough, that's not good enough, you need to do more of this and more of that. Like, they don't need like a coach and a critic. They just need someone who's tender and loving and, like, who will make them feel better. Like, here, relax, you work so hard type shit. I'm just telling you, like, that's just the God's honest truth. Because if it's a woman who is, like, really, like, degrading towards her man, confrontational, challenging, nonstop, like, it's not going to work. I'm just telling you right now. Like, long term, that relationship isn't going to work, and it's not in the best interest of both parties. Okay, so men want a woman who is very female. So, like, that just means caretaking, someone who will, like, caretake. That's basically what it is. Like, I don't think those traditional things of, like, caring about the home, taking care of the home, doing the little things, cleaning, cooking, like, those are really important female tasks that, look, even if your man likes to cook or if your man likes to clean, like, okay, it's all good to share responsibilities and stuff, but you definitely can't neglect that as a woman. Like, it's very unattractive, and it just basically shows you don't care. Because if it was the right guy, if it was a guy you actually, if it was a giant that you, like, esteemed, someone you really, and I don't mean, like, literally size, because I'm not superficial like that, but I mean someone you, like, actually respect and look up to and want and yearn for, you would cook, clean, and fucking everything in between. Trust me about that. So, look, things just kind of speak naturally. But let me also, that's what men want. You know, someone, a woman who's very womanly, because it balances out the masculinity. Okay, like, they don't want a masculine woman. It just is what it is, unless it's a feminine guy. But at the same time, like, I'm not gonna get into that shit. As far as okay, I shouldn't maybe speak directly for women, but what do women want? They want a masculine man. Again, not what they say. Like, they'll say things like, oh, I want a great listener. I want someone who's great at conversation. I want someone who cares about my emotions. Like, yeah, those things do matter. Okay, yeah, for sure. But, like, watch what they do. What are they actually attracted to? Men who are very masculine. It's just as simple as that. Men who are fearful, powerful, strong, who take care of their physiques, who are lethal in that sense, who are visionaries, who know exactly what they want and they're chasing after it. They're executioners. They're going for what they know is best, and they're building. Like, these are very masculine traits that women love. So again, not what they say, because they'll say they want a feminine man who does all that like emotional bonding with them and shit, but trust me, what they're actually, and I'll use the, it's kind of a crude term, but what they're actually sexually attracted to or horny for, more simply, is like that masculine energy, that masculine dude. So like, you're not going to turn your chick on by being a wimp. In other words, like, you have to do all those things I said. Take care of your fitness, know your purpose and chase after it, and even be like a little aggressive with it. But it also helps, like, you do also need to, as a man, like, be a good listener and shit. And you have to be in touch with your emotions and with their emotions, and you have to have empathy as well. And you have to know to, like, you have to just know when to go away and stuff, because that's a very real thing in any relationship, actually. Business, personal, doesn't matter what, but knowing like when to step away or when not to talk and shit, that's like a really good life skill. But what was I gonna say here? Stepping away. Yeah, like sometimes you gotta just let your chick, let her be angry, let her have her emotional roller coasters and experience all that tripping, and then like when it's back to normal and shit, you'll be right there chilling, because women like stability as well. Like, they want a man who is just stable, because women's, like, they can't help it. They're very in tune with emotions and their feelings and stuff, and God bless them for that. But it's not what they want. They don't want an emotional man who's going to like get frantic and shit. Now, I will tell you this: if it's the wrong relationship, bro, you're gonna be having a lot of arguments with this chick. I'm telling you that right now. If it's the wrong relationship, there's gonna be a lot of arguing. If it's the right relationship, she'll quite literally shut the fuck up and just be glad to be with you in your presence. I'm telling you, don't be in a relationship where you're constantly arguing. If you constantly have to instruct your chick, like, no, this is what I want, or I want things to be this way, or I want you to be this way, like, bro, I'm telling you right now, that's the wrong relationship. Get out of there. Let her find her Chad or Tyrone. You'll find your Sylvie, and just go your separate ways. Yeah, so that's ultimately, like, if you are in a relationship and you want that advice, like, women, just act more feminine. Or if you're not in with a man who makes you feel feminine, like, you can be like that caretaker who doesn't need to challenge them because they have their shit together. Like, if you're a woman and your man is not like that, they are not on their shit, not on their purpose, they're fat and lazy, like, I would be fucking pissed. I would not be in that relationship, straight up. So, like, don't change. As a woman, like, don't be more feminine just to appease this piece of shit. Like, if a guy's being a piece of shit, like, get the fuck out of there. Chase excellence as well. Be feminine for the right guy who actually deserves it. So, it's just shit like that. Listen, as a man, like, I want to be with a chick who will listen to what I say, who would be open-minded, and I don't even need to want these things. It's just naturally the right woman who actually esteems and values who I am will actually do those things. You understand? It's like, you can't force someone to be interested in a topic. They are or they aren't. And if they are, they're going to absorb the shit out of that topic. They're going to be learning it and studying it and loving it and open-minded about it, and it's going to be a good relationship. But if they're not interested, if they don't hold it very valuable, like, they're just going to be, it's not going to work. So, like, I feel like we give advice a lot on what works, but I think the theme here is, like, you can't change. You kind of have to, that's why authenticity is really important, and you have to stick to what's true. Gut feelings are really important. Like, if you gut feeling wise feel like this is not the perfect or a very good relationship, like, you should not be in there. There are billions of people on this planet, different cultures, different ethnicities, many great people. So don't waste time in a relationship you're not even excited about, straight up, because you're just, like, you have one life to live, and you shouldn't, like, why would you be, unhappy or miserable? Like, even if you're working towards a goal, you're gonna have, like, miserable moments, right? Let's say you're working in a talent of yours, something you're passionate about. You're gonna have, even though you love your work, you're gonna have some really hard, trying times where you're maybe not happy. But so I'm not talking about that shit. I'm talking about, like, just as a general theme, you're unhappy and miserable in a relationship. That's not good. So I hope this shit kind of helped, and I don't know, whatever.